Good morning. Today is April 24th, Friday. We're going to do Phase 2, Week 2, Day 5. We're on 6.6C. That's Order of Operations, where you use no calculators. So the first thing we want to do is to review the order of operations. And we're going to do this right here. Starts with a G, stands for groupings. Then you have E is exponents. Then multiply and divide. But to multiply and divide, you must do it left to right. Then you have add and subtract, but that also must be done left to right. So on number 1, it says that we have the work of 3 students in Mrs. Bray's 6th grade class is shown below. So Abby became a 0. Ben's work, he calculated to -2, and Sharice's got a 1. So the 3 things we're doing is which student calculated the problem correctly, what was their solution, and identify the mistakes made by the other 2 students. You'll notice that they all start the same problem, 2 minus 12 divided by 6 times 2. Same thing for Ben and same thing for Sharice. So we're going to start here. The first order of operations is the G. So we look and there are no groupings in the first line. So do E is exponents. And there are no exponents in each of the problems. So the next one is multiply and divide. So we have subtraction, division, multiplication. So if we're doing it left to right, then we need to divide before we multiply. So here we have -12 divided by 6, which is -2, and that's correct. But then she had subtraction and multiplication, and she went ahead and subtracted to do 2 minus 2 is 0. So this is where she made her mistake. This is not what she should have done. She should have multiplied first. Next one on Ben. He also did the -12 divided by 6 and got -2. He did that correct, and then it became subtraction to 2 minus 2, or -2 times 2. And the multiplication was the order of operations, so -2 times 2 is -4. Now it's used as subtraction. 2 minus 4 is -2, so Ben is correct. And the next one is Teresa's work. Again, we have the division first, -12 divided by 6, but that's not what they did. You'll see that they got a 12 here divided by 12, so they multiplied first. So that was their mistake. They multiplied, and they should have divided first. So which student calculated the problem correctly was Ben. What was their solution? The correct solution was -2. And identify the mistakes made by the other 2 students. Here they subtracted when they should have multiplied, and here they multiplied when they should have divided. Which of the following has a value of -2? So if we look at this, we have 5 plus 3. So we add those together to get 8 over 4. 8 divided by 4 is going to give us 2. The next one up here, we have 7 minus 11. So to find the difference between, we find that there's going to be a difference of 4, because if there's 7 positives and 11 negatives, so the negatives have more, and they have 4 stronger over 2. So -4 divided by 2 is going to give us -2, so that is one correct answer. This next one, we're going to do 9 minus 3 in the groupings first. So 9 minus 3 gives us 6. We bring everything else down. So it's -4 times 6 divided by 12. So -4 times 6 is multiplication. This is division, but we do it left to right. So -4 times 6 is -24 divided by 12, and a negative divided by positive is a negative. 24 divided by 12 is 2. So that one again is -2. Now coming down here, 2 cubed means 2 times 2 times 2 over -4. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8 over -4. And 8 divided by -4 is -2. So that's our third one. That's would be correct. Next one, absolute value is a grouping. 16 minus 18 is -2, because there's more negatives here than there are positives here. But we keep the absolute value. -4, the absolute value of -2 is 2 minus 4, and that's going to give us -2. So that also is a correct answer. The last one down here, we do the parentheses first. It's groupings. So we bring 5. 9 minus 6 is 3 divided by 15. Now we have multiplication, then division, but left to right means we multiply first. 5 times 3 is 15 divided by 15, and that's going to equal 1. So we only have 4 correct answers. On number 3, we're using the order of operations. What is the second operation? So we're going to go ahead and solve, then decide what our second operation was. So we have groupings. G stands for a grouping, so 10 minus 7 is going to give us 3. We bring everything down. 4 squared plus, put in parentheses, times 3. So we have the plus there, addition. We have dot there for multiplication, and we have a 2 there, which is an exponent. So we start by grouping, then we go to exponent. So the exponent is what we're going to do. That means we have 2 4s, so 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 times 3. Now you can keep the parentheses there, or you can drop it. It's not serving a purpose because we have that dot for multiplication. So it was just grouping, which we solved. So now we have addition, multiplication. Our next step is multiply, divide, left to right. So 3 times 3 is what we're going to do. Get 9. Bring down the rest of it. 16 plus 9. Add and subtract left to right is going to give us our answer. So the second thing that we did is we did the exponent. So A is our answer. Number 4. Again, we're going to follow the GEMDOS. So the first thing is G for groupings. This fraction serves as grouping. It's the top as a grouping and is a bottom grouping. But right now, there's nothing to do on the top and nothing to do at the bottom. So it is acting strictly as division. But we do have grouping over here in the parentheses. So we're going to bring everything else down. 18 ninths plus 2. And inside those parentheses, we're going to solve. 3 plus 4 is 7. So the next thing, we did G for grouping, E for exponents. We don't have any exponents, so we're going to go to the next step. Multiply and divide left to right. So we've got division here, and we've got multiplication here. And it is separated by a plus. So remember, this is a term, and this is a term. So you can do the division and multiplication the same time because it's the same step. 18 divided by 9 is 2, plus, then this term, 2 times 7 is 14. And then you're going to add 2 plus 14 together, and your answer is going to be B16.